Hi, this is Shane Wilson from the Meditation Learning Center. This is video number 3 of this series, Meditation Teachers Tips. And in this video, we're going to be dealing with guided meditations, how to write a guided meditations, different ideas that you can use, and how to deliver it. So stay tuned. When we are looking at meditation, we could actually kind of divide it up in 2 different areas, although most of us should know that there's, many different ways to meditate. But in today's world, when you're talking to maybe young meditators, we could say, there's 2 different areas, and that being guided meditation and silent meditation. I mean, this is just a basic way of looking at meditation, right? Guided and silent meditation. So in silent meditation, this is a practice that we might do at home, where we have a practice where we get up in the morning and we sit on our cushion and we close our eyes and we watch what comes up into our awareness and watch it fall away. And we try to clear the mind. We focus on our meditation object, such as the breath. We might notice that our thoughts wander away, then we catch them, then we bring them back to the breath, and we just repeat this cycle until eventually there's a clarity. The thoughts seem to kind of rest in the background or kind of dissipate. We might be able to see them come up more slowly, one thought at a time. Might be able to see the moods and the feelings and all the different emotions more clearly that it might be associated with thoughts. We might be able to distinguish the past from the future more clearly and rest in this present moment. And hopefully maybe some insight will come in from that clarity of mind. And that's basically the silent meditation practice that many people all over the world practice. And it's the practice that when you read the ancient texts that the meditators were doing. Now, in today's world, it's a little bit different. We have what is called guided meditations. Guided meditations are very popular. They're very, very easy for the most part. They can be very enjoyable and fun. There's different ways to look at guided meditations, and so as a meditation teacher, we should really understand, the importance of these 2 different types of meditations, and maybe even try to blend them together. That's what I like to do. In other words, if I'm guiding a meditation, I will still incorporate enough silence for the meditator to appreciate that and to use that silence in their practice. Because I just feel it's very, very important, to have that. Now, a couple of things that we want to keep in mind. If we're actually writing out a guided meditation, which I do suggest you do, until you can actually close your eyes and guide somebody through a meditation without using a written script. So if you can learn to write a script, eventually we're hoping that can be set aside and it can be improvised. And you should be able to do that. But like I'm saying, what I'm trying to say is that you might want to write a few scripts first before you have that confidence in just leading a group of people or an individual through a meditation without a script. Now, scripts they're not bad or anything like that, but they're more of a guide. And I really feel that the meditator that you're working with or the group can feel the difference whether you're reading or whether you actually have your eyes closed and guiding them through and speaking more from the heart. But what we're going to be doing here for the next few moments is talking about writing out a script. So if you have a piece of paper, you might want to write on the top of it. You can do this right now, right on the top of it, that maybe what the intention of the meditation is. In this case, we might want to write basic meditation script. And so this is kind of an outline that you can use for many, many meditations that you could write out. And first of all, when the meditator, especially if they're new to the practice, they sit down and we're telling them we're going to meditate now. And ask them to close their eyes. Maybe you ring a bell and really make it official. Ring a bell 3 times and ask them to close their eyes. And first thing you want to do is bring them to some kind of body awareness. And the body awareness, what I'm talking about, is the posture in their sitting. They want to have a fairly straight back so that the breathing is easier. They want to keep their chin lifted, maybe brought back a little bit. To have this nice posture and start out correctly. A lot of times when a person gets relaxed, they start caving in or moving forward somehow. And we're trying to prevent that. If a person can keep their posture up, it helps their practice a lot and helps them start out the practice correctly. So posture is very important. If they're sitting in a chair or if they're sitting on a cushion, the cushion should be high enough for them to be comfortable. You want something soft underneath their legs, like a zabuton or maybe a carpeting or a blanket or something. And it's really your job as a teacher to notice all this, make sure that everybody is comfortable in their posture. If they're sitting in a chair, they want to sit probably away from the back of the chair, their back fairly straight, both feet on the floor. And this can be addressed as part of the instructions in the guiding aspect of the meditation practice. So first of all, you want to decide whether you want to put instructions right in the guiding or if you're going to explain all of this beforehand. Either way can be done. So you're asking the meditator to close their eyes, bring their attention to the body, making sure that their back is fairly straight, their chin is lifted, and that they're comfortable. You can say that right in the meditation if you like. Now, one important aspect that I learned from one of my teachers is to use ellipses, or eclipses. Is it ellipses or eclipses? I don't. But the little dots after a phrase. So bring your attention to your breath. Dot, dot, dot. That kind of thing. Usually there's 3 of them, but what we're using these dots for is space. We are using it to monitor our own breathing. We're using our breath as a facilitator to measure these gaps. I've heard many, many times where a person will write out a meditation and they're just reading it through. There's a little bit of nervousness there and there's not enough gaps. That gap is very natural and it helps things flow. It helps the meditator go deeper into comfort and relaxation. And we're not trying to do self-hypnosis or anything like that here, but we're the meditation aspect of being comfortable and being relaxed and not listening to a whole bunch of words coming out of somebody's mouth is very important. So close your eyes, make yourself comfortable, bring your straighten your back and lift your chin, place your hands wherever you feel comfortable, or if you prefer that they use a mudra of some sort, you can address that. And then maybe a few ellipses, which each ellipse is a inhalation and an exhalation of the breath. So place your hands wherever it feels comfortable. Breathing in, breathing out, silently, of course. You're breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, and then go on to the next phrase that you might write. Now, that could still be something to do with the body. Notice any kind of comfort or discomfort within the body, because the body is the grossness of who we are. And a lot of people associate with the body at first, but it's also one of the first things to leave willingly when we're doing the meditation correctly. The body falls away. And so we want the body to be relaxed. And that might mean that you want to go into some kind of a body scan, or a body sweeping thing where we relax the body in increments. We might have the meditator bring their attention to the forehead, relax all the intricate muscles in the forehead. Bring your attention to the eyes, relaxing the eyes, and relaxing all the facial muscles. Bring that relaxation down into the cheeks or the neck. Sometimes I address the tongue, relaxing the tongue. Bring that relaxed awareness into the shoulders, down into the arms, and all the way through the torso, the upper back and the chest and the middle of the back, the diaphragm, the lower back, the stomach, down into the hips, the legs, the thighs and the knees and the shins and the feet, and allow and take them through this scanning practice, step by step by step. You could spend as much time as you want on that, depending on if you're working with newer meditators or if they're seasoned. It's a thing that you can write out, and again, use lots of space in there. Bring your relaxed awareness to the shoulders. This is an area where we hold on to a lot of stress and tension, and just let it go. Kind of work with them. This is really the artistic part of being a facilitator and guiding somebody through a meditation. So we're still looking at body awareness. We're working with the body. Eventually, we want to move on to some other instructions, and that is usually the meditation object, which, granted, the body is one of the meditation objects, but it's very broad. So we're narrowing that meditation object down, and oftentimes what we want to bring their attention to is the breath. So where we can ask the meditator, bring your attention to where you feel the breath the most. Maybe it's the tip of the nose, or someplace in the sinuses, or the windpipe. Someplace in the movement of the abdomen. Wherever they feel the breath the most, and they feel most comfortable to go to, take them into that area. And again, I'm reminding you to use lots of space. Bring your attention to the breath. Ellipse. In other words, one of your in and out breaths. And use that space. Don't forget about the ellipses, because they will put that flowing and that space in there. The meditation object is usually the breath. It could be a visualization for some people. It could even be sound, but the breath is the world's most common meditation object for sure. So we want to know and bring a person's awareness to the intention of the meditation. Why are they meditating? Just to feel the breath, just to feel relaxed? No, they're meditating to be able to let go of the things that they're grasping and hanging on to. That's the healing quality of a meditation practice, to be able to let go. And in that letting go, it has to be an aspect of acceptance, accepting everything as it is in that moment, at least during the meditation practice. So we can instruct the meditator to notice the rising and falling of the thoughts. Just maybe compare it to the breath. As every breath comes in, comes out, every thought comes out into our awareness and falls away. Every feeling comes into our awareness and falls away. Every mood, every emotion, in other words, these states that we have, they rise and they fall, just like everything. And we can mention maybe from the Buddhist standpoint the impermanence of everything, and that this is not a negative, but it's a positive, because we're able to see everything, the truth of everything, and see everything for what it is. And then we can mention the aspect of letting go. What do we feel like we can let go of in the moment that will help us be lighter, that'll help us heal in some way, that'll help us enjoy and be in that present moment even more. We might even notice or mention the aspect of the past and the future, how if any kind of fears that we have come from thinking about the future, and these fears are kind of held in our future reality, and so we're creating them ourselves. Any kind of anger that we have comes from past, comes from something that had already happened, and only reason we can be angry in this moment is to bring these things back up again and think of them. And perhaps these are the things that we should be letting go of. And in most cases, people will agree, and they see and understand that they have to let go of these things in order to really, feel complete in their lives. And meditation, remind them that meditation is a time for that. So I'm shooting out a lot of words here explaining all of this, but what you want to do is write out the type of meditation or the intention of the meditation, basic meditation. On below that, posture, and then write out your posture, dealing with the body, what we just talked about. Maybe do a scanning. So this is body awareness. And then we want to really determine how much instruction we want in the meditation. If it's newer meditators, we want to put a lot of instruction in, like bring your attention to the breath and work with the breath with them. Now, the meditation object would be the breath, and the instructions are that we're helping them come back to that again and again and again. And so the basic instructions of meditation. And then another heading that we want to put down is the intention behind the meditation. In this case, if it's a basic practice, we're looking at noticing the rising and falling of all phenomena, all experience. In other words, our feelings, rising and falling of even certain aspects of the body, discomfort or pain or pleasure, and the moods and emotions and states. And then if the intention is to help them heal in some way, which most meditations are. I mean, we're not setting a goal, but to be able to let go of these things that are worthy of letting go of is the healing aspect of meditation. So that is the acceptance or the letting go aspect, and working with that. And then afterwards, after all of this, make sure that there is a great deal of silence within all of this. And not only within, but after. So if you're doing 15 minutes of guiding, you could do 20 minutes, 30 minutes of silence, depending on who you're working with. You have to kind of feel your way through on this. But the silence is very, very important for them to capture all of these things here. Now, I'm going to suggest that you listen to some guided meditations and make a determination whether it actually is a meditation or a self-hypnosis or like a hypnosis type of practice. Because hypnosis is oftentimes taking somebody through a park or a field of flowers maybe, as some kind of a guiding journey, and coming to a place where they are feeling there's a goal, there's a place to get to that is going to somehow answer some questions that the meditator or the student might have. Meditation has the aspect again of letting go and of acceptance. So we're not bringing anything into the meditation. We're letting things fall away. In self-hypnosis or in hypnosis period, we're bringing something into the picture. Neither one of them is right or wrong. It's just that these are the difference between the two practices. So a lot of the reason I'm saying that is because a lot of guided meditations are not really meditations. They are some type of hypnotherapy. So I hope this helps. I don't want to get too windy here and give you too much. But if you have any questions, please, feel free to get a hold of me or write something down in the comment area down below. I know there's a lot of information here, and I hope you're able to follow it. So, write out your meditations and build your confidence as a meditation teacher, and go out there and help people. That's what it's all about, right? Thank you.